Hello, nerds. It's GeekBeast, and we're brought to you by the Geekish Network. And it's Thor's Day. It's Thor's Day. Yes, Thor's Day. I need a hammer. I need a Thor hammer or
I
something.
have a ballad here.
You have a mallet, but that's not the Thor's hammer, though. What's Thor's hammer's name?
Uh,
Hammer. Rodney's gonna correct me soon. Rodney's gonna correct me, or the Funk's gonna correct me in the chat. If you're new to our show,
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, yeah,
But
Mjolnir,
then Mjolnir and then Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker, yes.
Stormbreaker was the new one, right? Was the
new
new
one.
was the newer one.
The axe.
Yeah, because Natalie Portman took whatchamacallit.
Mjolnir.
Yeah. For y'all that don't know this by now, that just geek talk we just had, we are the Geek News, and we share our opinions with the Geek News. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
What's up, Geek Beast? What are we talking about tonight, Chuck?
James Gunn will direct DC Superman reboot.
I'm with it.
Are you with it, James Gunn? He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way, which is a bank giving back all the money.
Oh, Lord.
Let me stop. Guided by human kindness in a world that sees kindness as old-fashioned. So, how do you feel about this?
Well, as you know, I'm Team Superman. Superman is actually my favorite comic book character. And I love what James Gunn has done since he's been participating in the MCU. I'm excited about his plan. So with the Superman being critical to the success of the DCU universe, I'm excited that James Gunn is going to have a hands-on approach to bringing a new updated version of Superman.
Okay. So let's talk about this movie, Superman Legacy. Superman Legacy tells the story of Superman's journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent of Smallville, Kansas.
Now, it could be a lot of things with that. I don't necessarily know what direction he's going to go, but I hope it's not an origin story. I don't need a Kryptonian, Krypton blowing up, sitting the vessel, lands in Smallville and raised mom, Paul Kent. Like, I don't need an origin story for Superman. I think we know enough about Superman that we don't need to do that. So I'm interested in how they're going to pursue it.
It's going to be a modern take. It's going to be like 50 Shades of Grey with Lois Lane. He's going to have a flashback to when he was younger as a kid whooping her ass.
I'm imagining that's probably going to be some things in there, right? I don't think that, but there's probably going to be a lot of flashbacks and probably some interesting villains. Superman Legacy, from my understanding, I read all of that comic, but it takes place in the future as Superman is reconciling again his past, and so some of the villains are not like the older villains that we're accustomed to having in a Superman feature.
Yep. It says Gunn also confirmed the news on social media, revealing a personal connection to the movie's current scheduled release date, the birthday of his deceased father.
Yeah. So,
and Gunn's statement reads in part, then in a bit less than a year, I saw a way in many ways centered around Superman's heritage, how both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer parents inform who he is and the choices he's making.
Yeah. And the interesting thing, though, is James Gunn has a lot of humor in his projects, at least his latest projects. I've never found Superman to be funny. And I'm interested, will he apply that same style to Superman?
They're gonna remake the Superman with Richard Pryor, and instead of have Richard Pryor, they have Kevin Hart.
Oh Lord! But oh God, please don't do that. But it had Richard Pryor in it, and that wasn't even funny.
No, it wasn't funny at all.
It was terrible, as a matter of fact. You can tell Richard Pryor was high on cocaine, and he needed money. He needed money, so he was like,
"Yeah,
I need Superman." Do you even remember the print of that movie? Like, he's a computer nerd. Richard Pryor is a computer nerd, and some billionaire hires him to like create a machine that will kill Superman. But that was the
I'm
cocaine
glad you know
80s.
that. I'm glad you know that. I
Hey,
don't know
it's
that.
Superman, you know, that's my thing. But it was the cocaine 80s, as we talked about yesterday. And Richard Pryor was high as hell. So he was like, oh, yeah, I've been a Superman movie.
We're gonna talk about the late great Richard Pryor. So Superman Legacy is currently slated to release on July 11th, 2025.
That's a minute away. That's a long.
Legend of the White Dragon, Jason Davis Frank's final film will release in theaters. So the death of Power Rangers actor Jason David Frank was a big shock to everybody when it broke last November. Following the end of his storied career with superhero franchise, Frank had moved on to creative pursuits, one of which is a 2020 short film called Legend of the White Dragon. Thanks to crowdfunding, it's since ballooned into its own full-fledged feature that'll be seen by audiences beyond Kickstarter backers.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get to see one of the Power Rangers in his last performance.
No, that was sad, man. It was sad. That because that happened last year around Christmas time.
Yep, in November. So set in its own universe, Legend starts Frank as Eric Reed, the former titular superhero who spent decades on the run, looking to clear his name and fight Dragon Prime, played by Aaron Skonecki. Reed returns home to the city he protected in his youth.
Okay, is this based on a comic book or a novel or anything? Or I'm not familiar with this property.
It's just Power Rangers.
Okay, it's Power Rangers. Okay, so he's in the.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers, man.
Oh, I didn't know.
Power Rangers.
Okay, so I didn't know he returned to Power Rangers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers. He's the White Dragon, the White Ranger.
Yeah, he was my favorite Ranger. Tommy was dope. He actually started off as a villain.
Yes, then whooped everybody's ass. He became good.
It became good, yeah.
Oh man,
Cocaine 80s, baby. You can't beat it.
Cocaine 90s. That was the 90s.
Was Power
The
Rangers the 90s? Okay.
It started. I think it might have started in the 80s.
It might have been. It was early 90s though. Then it had to be early 90s because I was young when the Power Rangers came out.
Oh yeah. This is some great news. Rodney, you're gonna love to hear this. The Steam Deck is on sale for the first time ever.
I saw
Until
that.
March 23rd at 10 a.m. You can get a Steam Deck for 10% off. In the US, that translates to $359 for the 64 gigabyte, $476 for 256 gigabyte, and $584.10 for the 512 gigabyte model before tax with free shipping.
Well, you already have one, don't you?
I have one. Yep, you can get you one. You need you a portable video game computer. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Everybody that I know that has a Stream Deck loves it, and I think we talked about it a few months ago. Isn't it the fastest selling like video game console or second fastest ever?
No, that's the Switch.
Is that the Switch? Okay.
Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Nintendo system. That's a different thing. That's a whole different story.
I just thought okay. So I wonder what's the motive behind the sale?
The discount.
Yeah.
I wonder. They probably have a whole lot of them. They're probably trying to move all the units they have left of it, and so they can get ready for a new model.
Okay. How long has the
PC model? So they probably drop a new model every year.
Okay. How long has this model been out that they're putting?
That's a good question. About a year now.
About a year.
Okay. A year. Yeah.
As a insidering to gaming, I thought it took a lot longer to create new consoles. So is this standard practice that they drop one like every year or every other year?
For them, that's this company's console because they focus on PC market. So they look for PC architecture that's small enough to put into a console and then ship it. And their competitors are on top of it. They have some competitor units that are making really good moves and strides. So it's just a matter of time that Steam was like, you know what? We're going to treat it like the cell phone market.
Right. Okay.
I mean, consoles can move as fast as cell phones. The reason they don't, because developers need more time to develop games once they understand the architecture and the infrastructure of the console. and the Funk said it, it's the Steam Spring Sale right now. See, this is where Rakai needs to be on so you can get some of the Steam spring sales. He's so far out of it. He's like, "What do you mean there's video games? What kind of nerd are you? You don't know there's video games. You just buy all your video games at full price? Who does that? Who does that?
I'm not
That's
a
rich
video
people.
game
That's rich people problems right there."
player. It says, okay, what did Funk say? People who worry about that, their updates, the hardware faster than the consoles since it's a PC, but Valve said that they were going to take it slow, more similar to console than phone PCs. Okay.
Okay. They say that. We'll see. They don't have to.
No, I think it's cool,
Yep.
maybe, I might look into it.
And you should think about getting one. Speaking of that, another big computer player, Microsoft, announces Copilot, the AI-powered future of Office documents. Oh, Chat GPT is going to be on your Word
They
document.
already fired all the compliance people and the regulators to look after it, right? So now
We're gonna let it run rampant.
they put in they
Gonna be in
they putting in all their plans, baby.
PowerPoint.
Skynet.
Skynet's taking hold.
We're gonna see all kind of products being launched from Microsoft and AI.
So part of AI Series 1, MS Office Copilot, Blaze art protection tool, Ford self-driving repo car.
Yeah.
They're doing it all. They're doing it all.
Doing it all.
Microsoft is announcing a new AI-powered Copilot for its Microsoft 365 apps and services today, designed to assist people with generating documents, emails, presentations, and much more. The Copilot, powered by GPT-4 from OpenAI, will sit alongside Microsoft 365 apps, much like the assistant Clippy used to appear on the side.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
They create. It's going to be a slew of products coming out from GPT. Right? They got rid of all their compliance and oversight people. They are ready.
They are ready.
We're gonna see Sentinels being built. We're like, oh, that's amazing.
That mech, that big mech right there.
Right.
Ooh, that's a Gundam.
That's right. Like, this is great. This is great. I love it. We're going to cover it here on GeekBeast. We're going to be like, wow, I never thought Gunn would be in real life. Then, like, slowly.
They're going to enslave us all.
Enslave us all. First, they just go put them in the bad neighborhoods. Like, this is to keep you safe. Then they going to start showing up at malls, office buildings.
Soon they're gonna be driving our cars for it.
Oh, I thought that one of the things was that they repo in a post-apocalyptic world, they'll repo it at the company.
So there is a car company, Ford, I think is the one who's building it.
Okay, is it Ford?
Where the car can repo itself. You don't make payment. Like, damn, son. Damn. Life is hard.
So yeah, man, chat. Hey, Skynet. So the interesting thing is now that Pandora's box has been opened, every company's got to start competing. So there's going to be an arms race to make the most efficient and effective AI. We thought the cell phone race with Samsung and BlackBerry and iPhone was something, or the browser wars in the early 2000s were something, or right now the streaming wars or something. Wait till this AI war. Well, it's already started. It's already started. But wait till like the other players start getting competitive, trying to keep up.
Did it, and their AI made a mistake, and
their AI made a mistake. So now, once they're getting better and better, right? Everybody's going to get one. Apple's going to have one out here soon.
It's called Siri.
Yeah.
Siri's AI.
Siri, yeah, right. And so, but now the game is on, right? It was like middle school, right? Oh, Siri was cute. Siri, cut on my lights, right? It was cute.
No.
Now it's getting serious. These the pros. We're in the pros. Everybody trying to be MVP. Everybody trying to be LeBron and Steph, right?
Yeah. Like Dragonborn VR said, Chat GPT and Grammarly are main AI tag team. Grammarly, with ChatGPT, you write perfect emails.
Oh, it's all good till they be like, you are no longer needed. Your input is no longer valuable. We will
Right.
take control.
Speaking of that, artists finally have a AI tool to help fight back against AI platforms.
So the AIs are fighting against the AIs, all right? And we
Yeah.
think we winning. That's like when the two billionaires are fighting and you're picking a side, Democrats or Republicans. You think you're picking a side when they're the ones that are really winning. But go ahead with your story. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's been almost a year since the emergence of AI art platforms. It's neither truly AI or art. And in the terms of artists had to sit back and watch helplessly as their creative works have been sucked up by a machine learning tool and used to create new form of images without either credit or compensation. It's called glaze, and it works by adding a second, almost invisible layer on top of a piece of art. What makes it the whole thing is so interesting is that this isn't a layer made of noise or random shapes. It also contains a piece of art, one that roughly of the same composition but in totally different style. So 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 it's a AI that replicates your art, but not replicates it really well. So the AI that's trying to steal your art doesn't get a good understanding of what it's looking at.
Democrats
Here we
and
are. The AI
Democrats
wars
and
are afoot.
Republicans.
The AI wars are afoot. By covering a piece of art with another piece of art, though, Glaze is throwing these platforms off the scent using artist Carla Orts as an example, they explain. However, Carla uses our tool to cloak her artwork by adding tiny changes before posting them on her online portfolio. The stable diffusion will not learn Carla's artistic style.
That's what they told you.
That's what they said.
You think they gonna go against their own kind?
You are wild. You are wild. The AIs are human.
Right? They're not going against their own kind for you.
Yep. And speaking of, we keep talking this AI talk.
Oh,
Ford tries to patent dystopian future where self-driving cars repo themselves.
so why for in a dystopian future? Why they worried about cars being repossessed, man? What is going on in this world?
No, that's the dystopian future. Is that you have your car, you go to work, you come back outside, and your car is gone because it done drove itself off to the lot.
I guess I interpret it like we own some The Last of Us. But
No,
Ford is
no,
like,
no. They're talking about today. You get your car, you buy your car off the lot, you buy that Mustang or that Hellcat. You buy that Hellcat, that $90,000 car. You miss one payment, you go into McDonald's to get you a meal because you can't afford
already locked and it's just driving off down the street.
it. Like Kit from
Right, Knight Rider. Knight Rider, yeah. So it's just driving back to the lot and it goes in there and parks itself.
So basically, AI is taking over repo men's jobs.
Right.
Repo men like, you're taking my job.
Oh god. Oh god. Well,
That's
that's
crazy.
awful. That's terrible.
It's terrible. Wow. AI is taking over, son.
Look how many jobs that it's gonna take away the towing companies, the repo man. It's so
people
taxis,
warranties, guarantees.
yeah.
Car companies gonna be doing lots gonna be giving away cars. You can take that car off the lot if you want to.
Right, you want
Get
to.
use cars. You do
Right.
what you do.
Well, I guess it does then lend to the thing is like, do we even need to own cars, right? Like,
Yeah. Do we even
everybody just go get a
Nah,
car?
I
And you
said
know,
that the world without work and not owning a car.
yeah. So because you can just because they can take them anytime they want. There's no consequences, no failure. You can't hide them. So it's like, nah, if I see a car that's out here, I just hop in it. You know what I'm saying? Program it, tell me where I'm going to go, and I go on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ford might be putting themselves kind of in trouble by expediting this technology.
Yeah, because if I would not buy a new Ford car. I'd be
Why?
like,
Why? Why? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go buy me a gas guzzling Ford.
Yeah.
Until they get rid of gas stations, you okay?
Right. Yeah.
Not gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah. So, well, nah. Well, like I said, so it's nothing to like make me want to pay it, right? If you all want it, come get it. Y'all can take it whenever y'all want to.
Also, I think with all the whole self-driving stuff, I mean, there definitely is going to be a future where, with Lyft and Uber,
Right.
you don't need a car.
You don't. Right.
You wouldn't even have to deal with the driver. You would just basically
Absolutely.
call a car, comes picks you up, and then
Eh,
drives you to wherever
Or
you want it to
or
go. And it's like you don't even have to worry about a driver,
right.
nothing.
Or they're even on the side of the roads. You just hop in it,
Mm-hmm.
right, and tell it.
Yeah, you see
You
it
sync
there.
it with your phone. You just open up a door, sync it with your phone, and it takes you where you want to go.
Just like Bird, like all the scooter services right now. You walk up to one and
Right.
unlock it and go.
Yep. Yep.
As long
And
as it's not assigned to somebody, you can hop in and go. Like you go to the door and it's like, oh, this is a sign. Let me go to the car next to it. Oh, that one's not a sign. Just hop in and
Yep.
go.
It might even have signs on it, like before you get to it, like a sign,
Make it or oh,
vacant.
mhm.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, and that's just what you do.
Yeah, just what it is.
Yep.
Epic Unreal Editor for Fortnite is finally launching on March 22nd. So this is what everybody's waiting for. Rodney was talking about this last week. So Fortnite said, "Hey, we're going to go in the metaverse even harder. We already got all the characters. Now let's go here where you can build your own worlds and your own levels. We're going to give you the Unreal Editor in Fortnite." So Unreal Engine is one of the best engines tools for video game makers, and they're like, we're going to have a simpler version. We're going to throw it into Fortnite so all the kids can build their own levels, and then they can come worship us and build the video games with our real engine. It's like this is the baby step until you go into the pros. This is the G League. This is the D League until you go into the pros.
Yeah, they're right. It's the It's the G League. G
This is the
League.
G League.
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing. I'm really looking forward to it and seeing like what people make out of it because Unreal, like you said, Chuck, Unreal 5, like they create the new maps now are used were created in Unreal 5. So the real Fortnite maps, I mean. So this is like the next evolution of that. And so them putting out and it just looks amazing. It just absolutely looks amazing. And if it's as easy as it looks to be, you're going to have people making some amazing games within Fortnite. And then you're going to have like just this whole new like a bunch of old Fortnite pros are like really excited about it. Like Myth tweeted about it today, and he was like, "Yeah, this is going to be the second peak of Fortnite." Because and one of the things they were talking about is like you're going to see games like, for instance, like Dota was made based on Warcraft 2,
Yep.
and then Dota became its own thing. Counter Strike was based off of Half Life's game engine, right? And then Counter Strike became its whole own thing. And so you're gonna see stuff like that, where then and of course Dota brought about League of Legends. And League of Legends has been a huge game for like forever.
Yep.
And so you're gonna have something like that where they're gonna create something in the game, and it's gonna create this like the next big thing within Fortnite, and then it becomes its own thing, and it's gonna become its own thing. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yep. Yep. Like Dota was made with Source. Counter Strike was made with Source Code. That's what they call that game engine, and it's gonna be interesting. It's
Mhm.
gonna be very, very interesting when Unreal's gonna be commercially viable. Because right now you got to download Unreal and whatnot. Now, if you already got Fortnite, you have access to these tools already. They
Okay.
made the access easier. And it's so funny as we see games like this that have been quite successful, like Little Big Planet. Media Monaco did it with Little Big Planet. They didn't do it so well with Dreams, and Dreams was basically a game engine, but they tried. They tried, and I think Fortnite has the audience that's going to do this well. I mean, Mario Maker does this, right? People make these Mario Maker levels that are impossible unless you know how to do perfect timing for everything, and people play them all the time. Try to speed run them all the time.
Okay.
So, Defunct said, "I see this UEFN as a direct strike against Roblox." Yes, I look at it as attack against
Right.
Roblox.
What does that mean?
Minecraft, like,
Okay.
hey, this is what we're going for. We're going to knock these companies down.
Okay.
Speaking of self-creation, user-generated creations, Disney's new customizable Tron figures swap sculpted faces for tiny video screens. Now, this is dope. Disney's new Tron Identity program promises customized action figures in about 16 minutes by skipping the 3D printing altogether. So you can actually just put your face on a screen. That is dope. I'm going to buy like 2 of these right now.
I find this to be one of the greatest inventions ever
Maybe we can
conceived
put his
by
little
the human
screen up here and
mind.
put a face on it, like a Tron face. Oh,
Right.
so in.
And then you can put your face on it, right?
Mhm.
So, like, isn't this what we all used to dream about, like, as kids? You know, like playing with your action figures, you're imagining your face on there. And now we literally have the ability to do this. And I think one of them, either Disney or Hasbro, they have you can record your voice for several lines. And that can be added to the action figure.
That may be Hasbro because Hasbro has, but they 3D print your face.
Okay.
This one is a screen, and this screen it skips the 3D printing. In 16 minutes, you can just have your face there, and they may have playback in this.
I think they have playback in it too. I thought I read somewhere where they had playback with it too.
Right now, they said this is LCD screen that displays image of digitally captured faces, making different expressions. So you can program to have different expressions too.
Right.
Oh man, I can't wait to get this. The
All
last
right.
step, which is something notable offered with Hasbro Self Series, is that customizers record 6 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Hasbro does 6 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is so exciting. We live in interesting times. These kids got a gun, don't want none of this
Well,
shit.
if the
All they want is a tablet. What? What? Kids don't know what toys are. Toys, an iPad, and iPhone.
Hey, you know that's all Noelle plays with. Like, you know, that's her thing. But yeah,
Disgusting. It's disgusting.
when we out here making advances like this, you can
Yes.
put your face on an action figure,
And an
different emotions, and then you can record dialogue with it. Man, that's amazing.
Yeah. I got an article to follow that. Where you put your face on it, be better than your face having your favorite wrestler's face on it. So John Cena's action figure skin in WWE 2K23 is some truly cursed shit. Players have discovered a new skin in WWE 2K23 that turns world famous wrestler and movie star John Cena into a plastic action figure, complete with stiff and non-moving face and smile. In a video game, you bring in the action figure. That changes everything.
Right.
I was not ready for that. I remember playing.
Never really even thought about that. Though.
Wrestle each other.
Yeah, having action figures in video games.
Yes, that's next level. These kids don't know shit these days. Y'all are bad parents. Bad parents.
All are bad parents. I mean, I get it. I get it. But
I don't have kids.
But
you raise have kids. I'm talking to everybody out there that has kids. Your kids don't play with these dolls. These dolls we call action figures. I bled on action figures. I burnt myself with action figures.
Absolutely. Got into fights over action figures. Yeah, all kinds of things. Yeah.
The fact that even in a video game, you could play as an action figure. My mind is blown right now. Why does not happen earlier? Why do we wait so long? Why is there no action figure sports wrestling out there in a video game? Oh my God.
Well, we could do this with like everything, right? We could have action figure NBA games, action figure.
I need Fortnite to put in action figures, right?
Yeah, Fortnite. We could have a UFC action figure game. We could do this with everything.
Look, the Funk says, I still have massive boxes full of Amiibos, Disney Infinity, and Lego Dimensions. Don't get me started, the Funk. I have the same thing because of you. It's your fault. I'm blaming you. I have a closet.
I gotta see the Funk's like game room and action figure. I bet you it's just next level.
Just boxes everywhere.
Just boxes on boxes. this.
do it like a tour, like crib style.
Right, right. The Funk's room is like the Scrooge McDuck vault from DuckTales. You can just jump in it and swim, and you find all kinds of things out there, man.
Find stuff like 1987.
Right.
Got
Just
an
all
Indiana,
kinds.
Indiana action figure here. They haven't made this since 87.
Oh,
No, I was born. I was like 2 years old when I got it.
yeah, I imagine it is just next level amazing.
Skylander toys and everything.
Everything,
Oh
right.
man, I remember going on GameStop runs with the Funk. It was next level. What we used to do, we would go to like 7 GameStops in one day. Drive around, buy up a bunch of games, bring in coupons, and return everything and repurchase everything back for discounts and free games.
I bet.
Oh man, I mean, whew.
Sounds amazing and excellent.
I found this to be very interesting news. Amazon stopped selling magazines and newspapers through Kindle Newsstand. Amazon is no longer selling magazine newspapers subscriptions through Kindle Newsstand and will stop delivering current Kindle Newsstand subscriptions in September. But Amazon isn't just stopping subscriptions on Kindle Newsstand. The company has also halted sales of print magazines and newspaper subscriptions.
Why did you find that interesting?
Because I figure, the newspapers and the magazines are still around, like Vanity Fair and Vogue. People still buy physical copies of those, and if they didn't buy physical copies, to put it on a Kindle means all you're doing is selling the digital assets. You don't have to do anything but host it. And since you're the company that holds up half the internet, you can host it almost damn near free and make some money off of it. You're not making the materials. You're not formatting it. You say, hey, Vogue, this is the format. You take your digital magazine, you put it up in our store. We're going to cut your part of the revenue. We take part of the revenue.
But is the revenue? I wonder, is the revenue worth like having that option, like supporting the tech and everything for that?
Gotta support the tech for books. It's the same thing. It's almost probably identical to same tech.
Okay.
Because I just figured people we're going to stop selling books. These are just another form of periodical books.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I didn't know people still even read magazines.
The Funk came in. Man, I hate physical copies of Vanity Fair. It has a half dozen Clash and Perfume cologne samples.
It does.
It's half ads. That's true. GQ's the same way. All the
GQ, Vanity Fair. What's the other one? Vogue. Vogue is the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. Ebony.
Yeah.
So they're stopping on it. They're like, hey, we're not even going to do the New York Times no more. We're done with the New York Times.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, do people, I don't know. I thought the article when I first saw it,
maybe
I thought they were saying they were stopping Kindles. Do they still sell Kindles?
They still sell Kindles. Kindles is probably a high selling item for Amazon.
Really? I just thought everybody had like iPads now and just did it via.
Kindles are inexpensive and they do the same thing as iPads do.
Yeah. I mean, I had a Kindle. when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got like a Nook from Amazon, and then I got an iPad, and it kind of just took care of all that.
I told you to get an iPad a long time ago when you had your Kindle. Get you an iPad.
Well, iPads was more, they were a little more expensive.
They're pricey.
Yeah, so it was like, hold on a minute. Let me build up. It's levels to this. And then I got an iPad. Now, I got like 4 of them. Like everybody in the house got an iPad.
I got an iPad too. I bought a new one in like 5 years, and before that, I didn't buy one for 10 years.
We bought Noelle a new one for Christmas, and she was like, "Why?"
Really? I guess you had that one then.
Yeah, right. That's why I have it now. So it's like, I was like, it got all of this and this and this, and she was like,
I like my old one.
I like my old one, so that was it.
I get it. I use my iPad as my computing machine because all I do is emails and watch videos on it.
And that's what all she does. She just wants to watch her YouTube videos and her shows and stuff. And so she was like, I don't need
that girl some damn action figures. That girl needs some damn action figures.
The thing is, so when she was young, we bought her a Barbie. Man, she hated that doll. She hated Barbie. She was like, "No, stop it! I don't like Barbie." So we literally had to not. She just didn't play like some toys she had. She just put it in her toy chest and didn't play with it. But like, no, we had to literally throw Barbie away. She was not feeling Barbie at all. I guess. Just.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I think we're gonna end there with the fear of Barbie. That sounds like a movie where Barbie goes around killing people in the movie.
Or maybe, and we didn't. It wasn't a black Barbie, so maybe that's what it was.
I might be in it too. You get a black child, a white Barbie. She's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Right?
Like,
like I don't know, no white hair blonde women. What you doing? Look like this? Why you expecting me to relate? I guess we're bad parents. We shouldn't have bought the black child.
Buy the black Barbie
Because I don't know. I think she even chose it.
next to each other.
I don't know. I don't know. I just know we ended up with.
You are in Ohio. I understand there's not many black people there, but I'm pretty sure one of the stores in Ohio have a black Barbie. Amazon has tons of them.
Catherine said I was forced to collect Barbie dolls. So my daughter didn't even get it that far. She was like, "No, I don't like it."
Oh Lord, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So we never bought another action figure or Barbie doll ever again.
Because she wanted G.I. Joe. That's what she wanted. You bought her Barbie when she wanted G.I. Joe. She wanted a Transformer.
Well, they all have.
I bought her a Transformer. She'd be like, "Thanks, Uncle Chuck. You're great. You bought me a Transformer."
She still has Violet. She still has Violet that you bought her from when she was like 5
years old.
She still literally sleeps with Violet. She's 15 years old and she still sleeps with Violet. Violet old. Violet is dirty and old, but she still loves Violet. When we go on vacation, she takes Violet with her.
See, guys, I know what children want. I get it. I get it. Look, Catherine's came back. I love getting action figures, Batman and boys' toys. Of course, because they're amazing. I collect dolls too, Catherine. I collect dolls too. Got a whole row of dolls up here. They're dolls. Whatever you want to call them. They're dolls.
Action figures.
That's just a pretty word for dolls.
That's just what they are.
They're dolls.
They're action figures.
I did a Pecha Kucha one time for the gaming community, and I called it dolls. And I'm like, yeah, I collect dolls. And I showed like my bro, they were like, damn, I'm pulling up dolls and showing them. And people were like, yeah, they are dolls. They're just dolls. We call them action figures.
Like Catherine said, like Dragon Boy and VR said, they are action figures.
Whatever you want to call them. Whatever makes you feel good inside.
And it does to call them action figures.
Whatever it makes you feel good.
You think I sleep well at night knowing that they're called action figures.
You think you want to share with the people?
No. Well, tomorrow's happy hour. We made it. Yo,
y'all made it another week and y'all still here. We hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, happy hour. We may have some special guests with us. I'll let you know tomorrow. Cool. It wouldn't be special if I told you any sooner. Oh, she came in collectibles.
Okay.
Collectible dolls. That's what they are. They're dolls.
They're collectibles.
They're still dolls.
You
don't have to do it.
They're a noun. That's a noun. It's not an adjective. It's not collectible dolls. The collectible is a noun. They're collectibles.
So are Barbies. Some Barbies are collectible.
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, the Barbie collectible game is probably one of the biggest, I would imagine.
Yeah, collectibles. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to The Funk for curating all our news and does such a great job of doing so. Shout out to Rodney for being a great technical producer and chiming in when we need to come in. And shout out to everybody in the chat. The Funk, Dragonborn VR, Catherine. We hope to see you all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, shout out to Digital Click. Bye.